My name is Cory Hart. I am from Stanton, Delaware, and I bought the gold package of the quick entries, which was 4 entries for $100. That's kind of my go-to whenever I would enter things with you guys, and it finally hit it this time. Probably peak COVID era, just scrolling through Instagram, and I would see things from other giveaway companies and just see the stuff they give away, and the algorithm brought you guys up, and I know something like, hey, they're a lot smaller company. I like what they're offering. It's something different. It wasn't mainstream, everything like, oh, they did this. That's what kind of piqued my interest was. The cars were more unique. They were the rare JDM vehicles, and it was always the interesting stuff. So that's what really grabbed my interest, and I figured I'll enter one a month just for fun. Never took any of it too seriously. It's just like, it's fun, it's different, I don't feel bad. If they win, good for them. If I don't win, still it didn't matter. So I just like the premises of the very rare, unique cars. I don't really enter for the other vehicles. When they've got million plus subscribers and people that follow them, when they're giving away those kind of vehicles, to them it's more of just a cash cow. I don't enter that stuff. The statistics don't line up, and if you see one, the rest of them, they all have the exact same cars a week later that they're doing. They're not doing anything different to grab their audience. You don't find them as like, okay, what are they giving? An R34 GTR. Okay. Or it's a Ferrari, a Lamborghini. Right-hand drive things. That's what people want, something that we can actually afford to insure. That's why I like it. It's the everyday person's entry. They can actually afford these vehicles. They can afford the maintenance, and their insurance is going to be $700 a month. I entered it because I usually enter the four doors. I've got a kid and a family, and I just kind of jokingly said to myself, I'm going to enter the Porsche. It's something different. They don't typically give away a lot of European and German cars. And I was joking around with my girlfriend. I was like, I'm gonna enter this one. She goes, why? I said, watch it be the one that I win, a two-door. And she kind of chuckled. She's like, what are you gonna do if you win? I'm like, I haven't figured that out yet. And it was just kind of like a running joke, like that would be, I would win a two-door. But no, I've always been intrigued with Porsches. I think they're kind of the apex of the German and European car world. A lot of people can disagree, but it's my opinion. But I don't know, it just looks good in black. I think it's literally started from birth. Being born overseas, I was born in Italy. My dad brought me home in a Fiat wagon, and he absolutely loved that car. When we came to the States, the first thing that we arrived in, that we drove home in, was an Mazda RX-7 from the 80s. That's what my grandmother drove. And then when she got rid of that, she bought a Monte Carlo SS. So we got driven around in those. Grandfather was always in big K5 lifted Blazers. Growing up a military base, all you see are anything with wheels making noise, and it kind of grabbed me and my brother when we were kids real early. And it just really snowballed out of control from there. It's just anything with an engine, I want to play with it. Anything I own, none of it's stock. I don't know why. I can't leave anything alone. It's boring. I rattle off the car collection that my stepdad has, and the things that we've done, and some of the cars that he has now. A lot of people will be just shocked by the fact that he owns a Pontiac G8 that has a Holden conversion front end, or the fact that he actually has a Holden Ute from Australia.
Wow,
and
that's awesome.
An 02 Trans Am WS6. He had front extra that we did a 3800 swap in. His first new car was a 90 Firebird Storm. It's just, that's what we and him do, is tinker. Yeah, I mean, I still have my very first car. I have a 96 Beretta Z26. Still have it since I was 16. I've been saying I was going to finish it for 18 years. It's still not finished, sitting behind my shop. I've got an 87 240 wagon with a turbo engine swap in it, 5-speed manual gearbox out of a Mustang. I've had C5 Corvettes. It's just anything rare and interesting, I have to have it. And then it's like, oh, I'm gonna do this with it. It just sits. It just sits out back. I was sitting at work, going through an estimate when I got the text, and I was like, huh. At first, I didn't think anything of it. I saw it pop up. I was like, okay, they're gonna be introducing, a new vehicle. But I remember it was too early in the week for that. And when I opened it up, it's like, no, this has got to be fake. So I took a screenshot of it, and I know that you guys are really active on in responding to messages on Instagrams. Like, I'm gonna send them a screenshot. I know they used to have a bunch of spam pages, a lot of fake pages. I'm gonna screenshot them and be like, hey, is this legit before I get overly excited? And then when you respond and say it was legit, that's when I was like, oh, this is real. Like, I didn't believe it at first. I was like, no, this is just another scam. So, no, it's legit. Like, I couldn't believe it at first. It was just like, no, yup, yeah, here we are. You can tell if it's not you guys, so it'll be PrimeDriven dot something. It's like, I know, that's got to be fake, but I didn't memorize, your chain number, and I was like, I know those numbers. Do I know those numbers? I had to go back and check everything and then go to the website. But yeah, I was like, this is real. And told my buddies at work, I'm like, dude, I think I just want a car. He goes, you're lying, shut up. And then I showed him a text message, and he's like, oh, it's like, I know. It's just, it didn't seem real until the rest of the emails came through and I saw it all. But yeah, it's still like trying to wrap my head around it. Oh, that's a good question. Like, my kid loves to crawl around inside the vehicles, and that's kind of like his big thing, is run around dad's cars and play with steering wheel, stuff like that. But for a joyride, just for the celebration ride, it'll probably be my girlfriend. She's big into vehicles. She likes anything that you can drift in. That's what gets hers. She's big into drifting. I took her to an event, and yeah, she got addicted to that really quick. So probably her, and have grandma watch the baby, take the car out, find some nice back roads to enjoy, and just kind of parade it around a little bit before the end of the season. Oh, absolutely enter. If you have any doubts about it, don't. Just enter. Whether it's once a month, whether it's everyone or only the ones that you want to enter or you think is really cool, do it. They have more states to mark off their map. They're going to get every single state for a winner, and they're just getting started. They have 90 plus giveaways now. They're just going to enter. It's not fake. This is 100% real. Just enter them. Buy one entry, buy 4 entries, do the quick picks, find merchandise. They have options. Do it all. Enter them. Doesn't matter how. It's once a month. That's all I was doing. One, and look at this. I hit. It's real. It's not. It's not a scam. Do it. Just enter. They have, I think, 4 more states to mark off. They'll do it. They're not going to stop until they do.